last but not least, well, I mean, maybe not the result we all wanted today, but oh my God. But so many things I didn't. Yeah, I guess I'm getting old. I'm getting really sensitive.
Aryna Sabalenka just crossed a boundary that no one anticipated. She blamed everyone but herself, even Coco Gauff, after being destroyed in the WTA finals. The coach drama, the breakdown, and the blame game all blew up in Riyadh. The tennis community is currently observing her as she tries to justify actions that could have destroyed her reputation. Is winning the only thing that counts, or should athletes be held responsible for how they treat coaches and opponents? Let us know what you think below.
Not the best performance, but yeah, Helena, you were definitely a better player today. You literally smashed me out of the court. So very, very well done. Happy to see you playing your best tennis. Nice comeback at the end of the season, and now it's time to enjoy our off season and enjoy this beautiful trophy.
Let's be really clear about one thing. In athletics, losing is inevitable. All athletes, regardless of their level of dominance, will eventually experience defeat. But what sets champions apart from entitled prima donnas is how you respond to that setback. And Aryna Sabalenka just revealed to the entire tennis community which category she belongs to. Riyadh's WTA finals were more than just a competition. They turned into a masterclass in how not to lose with dignity, with Sabalenka losing it, accusing everyone, and exposing a side of herself that no public relations staff could hide.
Once again, thank you, Portia, and thank you, Maria. And now, let's bring up our finalist to receive her trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, Aryna Sabalenka.
In that final, Elena Rybakina completely demolished Sabalenka, destroyed her and made it appear simple. Rybakina played some of the most overpowering tennis we've seen this year, maintaining total control from the first serve to the last point. She made a message in addition to winning, and that was an easy statement. Not everyone is susceptible to Sabalenka's intimidating techniques. Rybakina simply kept hitting winners, while Sabalenka used her typical strategy of yelling, pounding her chest, and trying to mentally break her opponent. Calm, cool, and unfazed. For someone like Sabalenka, who mostly uses mental warfare to enhance her game, that calmness must have been frustrating.
Rybakina. Raise zero, Rybakina. Game 7 match, Aryna fan. 2 sessions, 6-3, 7-6.
A warning shot was the first set. Sabalenka was unable to respond to Rybakina's early takeover. Every time Sabalenka attempted to assert herself, Rybakina had an answer. It became evident that this was not going to be a competitive game after game and point after point. Sabalenka's annoyance became apparent. Before the score, her body language screamed defeat. She had already mentally checked out by the time the second set began, only going through the motions as Rybakina performed a clinic. The second set's tiebreaker proved to be the decisive factor. While Rybakina remained unflappable, Sabalenka utterly crumbled under the strain. When match time came, Sabalenka appeared emotionally and physically destroyed. With her head in her hands, she began to cry as she sank on the bench with her teammates. Losing a final stings, as does the entire theatrical production. No one disputes that. However, what followed revealed something far more profound than disappointment.
Just phenomenal tonight. Really condensed the amount of unforced errors too, but just from start to finish, the way that she played to win, directed traffic, hit every ball, just so impressive, Kevin.
Yeah, and for Aryna Sabalenka, you can see how demoralizing this loss is. I mean, Sophie, she got picked apart early. Rybakina came with her A++ game, and Sabalenka had to play from a deficit for the remainder of the match.
Well, they should have given her the trophy at the start. I mean, if they knew what was going to follow, it was just, I guess it was a dream performance that...
Sabalenka immediately went into excuse mode rather than admitting that Rybakina had just outplayed her. She took the microphone at the prize ceremony and began sobbing about growing older and being overly sensitive. It was obvious what was implied. She desired pity. Instead of honoring Rybakina's amazing performance, she wanted everyone to feel sorry for her. That is classic narcissistic behavior. Rybakina just won the game of her life by making someone else's triumph over your own misery. Additionally, Sabalenka used the event as a private counseling session. However, this is where the true hypocrisy begins. A few days prior, Sabalenka played Coco Gauff in the group stage, and her actions were anything but considerate. She was impolite, combative, and violent. She displayed no humility, yelled non-stop, and attempted to intimidate golfers with her physical presence. She celebrated her victory with confidence and swagger.
A little bit about the match. She was serving at 5-4, 30 love. You weren't ready to give that set away. How did you turn things around?
Yeah, if I would know, probably I wouldn't put myself in that situation. I don't know, I was just trying to stay aggressive, I guess. I was just trying to find my rhythm, find my game. I was kind of like working for the second set already, but then magically I was able to turn things around. And yeah, super happy with the performance, super happy to get this win in straight sets. And yeah, just happy to be through the round robin.
So Aryna, which is it? Are you an aggressive competitor who uses intimidation techniques? Or are you a sensitive person who becomes emotional depending on whether you win or lose? You cannot be both. Another unpleasant reality was also made clear by the Gauff match. Depending on whether she believes she can intimidate her opponent, Sabalenka approaches them differently. In contrast, a younger Gauff is still making a name for herself at the highest level of golf. Sabalenka became quite hostile. Stare-downs, loud grunts, and combative intensity. She was attempting to enter Gauff's mind. She had no trouble rejoicing as if she had just won a Grand Slam when it succeeded. However, Sabalenka fell in the face of Rybakina, who refused to be intimidated. And all of a sudden, she became the victim when she broke. Let's discuss the coach scenario, please, as it perfectly captures Sabalenka's personality when things don't go her way. Her coach, Anton Duborow, shouted her out from the stands during the Gauff match, basically urging her to settle down and be respectful. Rather than heeding his advice, Sabalenka screamed back at him during a game. Then Duborow did an amazing thing. He rose from his chair, simply left. That's a coach who isn't scared to openly express that he has had enough of his players' foolishness. Did Sabalenka offer an apology or consider her actions after the game? No, not at all. She went twice as hard. She actually made fun of Dubrow in the post-match interview, claiming that he was attempting to stop her and that being upset with him improved her performance. Take a moment to consider that reasoning. She attributes her victory to her disrespect for her own coach. That is a pattern with her and is not self-awareness, rather it is delusion. Remember Sabalenka's former coach, Gavin McMillan, with whom she also lost it during a game? Guess who signed him right away after he handled it professionally and left the partnership? Coco Gauff. It's not a coincidence. That's Gauff realizing that she needs a coach who won't put up with rude behavior. Sabalenka, meanwhile, rides through coaches as if they were throwaways. Never once did I think that perhaps, just possibly, she is what unites all of these disputes. The sobbing on the bench following Rybakina's defeat was especially telling, because it was anger over being exposed rather than sadness for losing. Sabalenka's intimidation strategies are useless against players with mental toughness, as RIYADH demonstrated. She demonstrated that when your opponent is just superior that day, all the yelling and violence in the world won't save you, and Sabalenka could not deal with the fact. In less than 2 hours, Rybakina destroyed her reputation as the tough, combative player who rules by force. The timing is what exacerbates the entire scenario. The world's top players are meant to be honored during the WTA finals. Champions are crowned and legacies are created at the season-ending showcase. Rather, Sabalenka transformed it into a soap opera about her emotions. Sabalenka's breakdown overshadowed Rybakina's record performance. The post-match media didn't focus on Rybakina's dominance. It has to do with Sabalenka sobbing and offering justifications. That is extremely selfish and a theft of someone else's moment. Everyone's intelligence is also insulted by the "I'm getting old and sensitive" excuse. Sabalenka's 26 years old. That is not that old. In actuality, those are great athletic years. Serena Williams was winning Grand Slams well into her 30s while being pregnant and suffering with real life-threatening health problems, and she never claimed to be overly sensitive. Even in her 40s, Martina Navratilova continued to compete at the top level. Throughout her career, Chris Evert managed setbacks with dignity. Sabalenka's actions have nothing to do with her age. Emotional immaturity does. Let's talk about the elephant in the room as well. Envy. Sabalenka treats Gauff insecurely. Gauff is younger, more commercial, and rapidly developing. Sabalenka could only imagine the sponsorship deals she had. In contrast to Sabalenka, she's adored by fans. And additionally, Sabalenka wants more than merely to win when they compete. She wants to make fun of the rudeness, intimidation, and extravagant celebration. It all screams, "I need to prove I'm better than you."